What up, beautiful souls? Your boy Loon is back with another subreddit video, and today we are back on one of my personal favorites, Am I the Devil? For those of you guys that don't know, this subreddit is full of chaotic posts where OP is the devil. And it's really fun because it contradicts a lot of the times how at Reddit, oftentimes people portray other people being the devil. No, this time the OP is, so it's going to be a fun read. I'm excited to dive into this, and if you're new to my channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Thank you to everyone. We just hit 12,000 subscribers, and now the next goal will be 13,000, so help me towards that goal. Also hit the notification bell if you guys want to be notified for future videos, and I will be live streaming again soon now that I'm back from California. Hopefully in Sunday or Monday we will be live streaming again. All right, now let's get into it. r/AmITheDevil. Oh yeah, and if you guys want to be up to date on the live streams, follow the Discord, link in the description box, and then I will notify you guys when. All right, we got the best post up, and this one says, "Good guy cop isn't a good guy." All right, here we go. It's originally on Am I the A-Hole, and the title says, "Aiata for doing a welfare check on my girl who lives in a dangerous environment." Oh, brother, what? Okay. "My girl, who's 28, and I, who's 32, have been together for 8 months. She lives with her friend, Jared, who's 27, who owns the home. Jared seems like a great guy, very friendly, down to earth, and weeks from becoming a psychiatrist. Medical studies were demanding of him, but we got along well when I was over. I'm a cop. Where we live, MJ is common, but still illegal. As a law enforcer, I honor the law, but also anti-drugs for personal reasons. It's not harmless. My peers who smoked MJ in school are now deadbeats, and my best mates got rejected from the army because he's used MJ before and now drives trucks." Okay, first off, what's wrong with driving trucks? I know a lot of successful people who drive trucks. I'm not even lying to you guys. I know some people who make 6 figures driving trucks. So he's saying this like as if he's looking down on it. Also, like MJ, this is the fallacy that people have with like MJ and deadbeats. We're obviously talking about the, grass, and people who smoke grass can be very successful. People who can smoke grass can also be deadbeats, but correlation does not equal causation. Like that's like saying I knew a guy once who ate sushi and he got sick. Does that just mean all sushi is going to make you sick? Like, I don't know. I never liked this view personally because I don't know. I've done studies when I was at the time smoking it as well. And yeah, it's not, I don't anymore, but it's not bad for you in any means. It can be if you're depending on it, but I don't know. That's just a weird take. I have not discussed this view with my girl, but I think being a law enforcer implies my stance. Plus, nothing about her life gives me reason to suspect she thinks drug use is okay. Oh, brother. Sometimes when Jared hung out with us, I suspected that he used MJ. I'm trained to suspect it, but Jared's profile didn't fit an addict, nor would that is a interesting thing to put with MJ because it's not that it's impossible to be addicted to that, but it's more unlikely. Nor would my girl accept living with one. Really, you think your girl wouldn't live with one? Likely, my judgment was wrong, and he was tired from studies. Unfortunately, my instincts were correct. A few weeks ago, I arrived at my girl's house before she did, and I let myself in and went to the balcony. Jared was there. We were casually chit-chatting, and he just puffs out on a joint and then offers me a puff. I'm fuming. This guy literally offered a cop drugs, so clearly he'd offer my girl drugs. Oh, brother. This is okay, all right. Let's just finish this out. It's just so funny to me because I'm like, it's not, I don't know. Maybe my personal view on this is just different. I'm terrified for her safety in this environment. Brother, it is grass. He's acting like this is like H or something, dude. What the so goofy. Really, as a law enforcer, it is my civic duty to enforce the law, but my judgment was that Jared could be reasoned with. Oh, brother, did he arrest him? I made him aware of my obligation and that his drug use also hurts society and others around him. Oh, brother, this guy sounds like a party pooper as well as himself. As a cop, and because he lives with my girl, I'll charge him if my girl is put in danger. Again, he denied the severity of his use, and he said he would stop around me, but doesn't respect my attitude or behavior in his house. Mildly insinuating or insulting response after letting him off, but understandably, it wasn't taken well. He's an addict, and bro, just because he smoked doesn't mean that he's an addict. Just because I drink coffee or an energy drink. Well, I might actually be addicted to caffeine, but that's a bad represent. Just because I eat food doesn't mean I'm addicted to food, brother. He's an addict, and I've made use harder for him in his own house. My girl comes home. We both explain what's unfolded. My girl says it's a lot and I should go home for the night. The next day, the city's in lockdown, and I'm not able to address with Jared nor my girl what happened. The last few weeks, she's talking to me less and less. My anxiety knowing my girl is locked down in such a toxic situation is overwhelming. Whoa! Wow, this is so toxic that her roommate might be mellowed out. That's so scary. Whoa. Like, God, he might eat all her snacks. Whoa, so dangerous. Like, that's so goofy, man. It almost seems like he's uneducated on. Maybe I'm tripping, guys. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but that's just my personal take and personal experiences with this. The next day, okay, last week I decided to do a welfare check, but send my partner in. He did it, but afterwards, like his cop partner, afterwards said that it was effed up of me. Later that night, my girl cut it up entirely and filed a complaint against me. I truly didn't believe I did anything wrong and was just trying to protect my girl, but I've lost my girl and in career trouble. But both my girl and my partner think I'm effed, so maybe I am. Am I the a-hole? What is real quick, what's a welfare check? A visit by a law enforcement to someone's residence to ensure their safety and well-being. Oh, brother, dude, no, you sent your partner to do that? Obviously, she's gonna know it's from you, you dumbass. What? That's so bad. Yeah, dude, and also, like, bro, dude is smoking MJ. What? My girl, man, shut up. Sorry, I don't know why, that just made me funny. It made me laugh. I said made me funny. That's how you can tell it's late. I'm filming this at 12:30 a.m. Made me laugh. God, that's so funny. I sincerely hope that Jared and OP's girlfriend are getting stoned together, and then, best comment. I'm a cop. It reads kind of like a punchline. I'm in a relationship. My girlfriend lives with a friendly, peaceful guy, but I'm a cop. Oh, that's silly. But I told her we were a package deal. Am I the jerk? Okay, I haven't seen that before. How big is that subreddit? It's pretty big. Okay. Am I the jerk for refusing to stop physically comforting my blind childhood friend, even though my wife feels uncomfortable with it? What? Stop physically comforting my childhood friend? Wait, okay, that was kind of confusing, but let's see. My wife, who's 30, and I, who's 30, have been married for 5 years, together for 8. Damn, that's a lot of time. I also have a very close friend from childhood who's also 30. She's my mom's friend's daughter, so we've known each other, literally known each other forever. When she was 14, she was permanently blind. Oh, poor girl. I feel so bad for her. It was a really traumatic time for her, but she persevered and built a good life for herself. We were already close, but that experience made us even closer. Later on, her mom told me that she's had a huge crush on me growing up, which honestly surprised me because I had a huge crush on her too. This is not a good start, bro. When we were 16, I asked her out, but she rejected me. She said I didn't deserve to be stuck with a blind person, her words, and I didn't want she didn't want to hold me back. But she also told me that she could only visualize me for the rest of my life. Wait, hold up. That she could only visualize me for the rest of her life and wanted to feel me, my face, back, hands, etc. Just to have that memory and connection. Ever since then, we've shared long hugs, cuddles, and physical closeness, but has never been sexual. Brother, oh God, this is gonna go in a very wrong turn. She's now an accessibility consultant, has a good job, and is doing really well. She's still a huge part of my life, like family. But before I proposed to my girlfriend, now wife, I made it clear that my friend and I are a package deal. Ugh. All right. I told her that she was always welcome to join in or be present. There's nothing to hide. What do you mean always welcome to join in? Like join in their cuddle time? Like what? But that was with physical connection with my friend was something I wasn't willing to cut off. That's a wild thing to say. Like that's wild for anyone. Physical connection with a friend isn't something to willing to cut off. I reassured her that I was always prioritize her and future kids over anyone else. But this bond was different and important. I told her that if she had an issue, then speak up and I would call off the relationship. She agreed at the time and had no issues with it. Now, 5 years into marriage, my wife has brought it up again and asked if we could stop the physical contact, especially the long hugs, cuddles, her touching my face, etc. Yeah, I mean, like, as a guy, right, with common sense, how can you not see that it would be like very insecure, or it would induce insecurity in your wife, right? You're letting another girl like touch the hell out of you and stuff and cuddle you. Brother, what? I don't care if she blind, cuddle. She ain't family. She says it, and you knew. Does your wife know that you guys had a crush on each other growing up? Like, that's another huge factor too. Look at Sora cleaning up himself in the back right there. A little goober. She said it makes her uncomfortable now that we're married and have been together for so long. She has also admitted that part of it is because my friend has really taken care of herself and become really attractive, which makes it even harder for her to feel okay with the physical closeness. Well, yeah, no shit. Anybody could be insecure of that. I told her that that's not fair. I was upfront before the marriage that this is part of my life. She knew what she was agreeing to, and it's not like anything has changed between my friend and me. It's purely platonic, just an emotional bond. She's blind, and it's one of the only ways she can connect physically. It feels cruel to take that away from her now after all these years. But buddy, you got married. My wife says I'm putting my friend over her feelings. I feel like I'm just honoring the commitment I made with her long before we were even together. Like, if I knew my wife would change her mind years later, I wouldn't have proposed to her. That is crazy. That statement right there, that just shows that you would put that over your wife. Wow. I think that OP and his friend still has feeling for each other. I also agree, because you're literally saying that you would put her over your wife by just this last statement right here. Even after all these years later and all of this cuddling is a way for them to be intimate and still claim to be platonic, OOP is very focused on his friend's feelings, but he doesn't really care about how this affects his wife. I hope that his wife realizes this and she deserves better. Yeah, I agree. Kind of crazy. The big problem isn't the friendship. It's that the wife can tell it's more than the friendship. Can you imagine any other situation where a guy tells you, I like to have a long, intimate cuddle with someone who I am attracted to and who is attracted to me, but it's platonic and I'm not giving it up for you? Oh, wait, that's not what he told his wife. He was incredibly dishonest and told her that they were just friends and probably didn't let her see the extent of the physical contact until way later. And now she's just upset because she realizes it's emotionally cheating. Also, this guy is a total d-hole because he isn't letting that woman move on at all. He enjoys being her pedestal guy and is willing to nuke her chance at happiness so that he can have the perfect unattainable, or be the perfect unattainable guy to her. Yeah, he's a d-hole to both of them in a way. That's pretty crazy. Oh God. All right, what is this one? Oh, I know it's gonna be good because it's off of my chest, which is another subreddit we cover. My wife thinks we're soulmates, ... Oh God, what? Off my chest. My wife thinks we're soulmates. I think I settled. Oh my God, that is an insane statement to say. We've been together for 9 years, married for 6. She is kind, loyal, sweet, and smart. Okay, then what's wrong with her? She loves me deeply, and she believes we were destined to meet. I treat her well. I've never cheated. We laugh together. On paper, we're perfect. Brother, if you're not happy, then end things. What? But if I'm being honest, I've never been in love with her. Well, what? Why would you? At what point in this 9 years being together did you realize this and just not? And decide, oh yeah, let me just string her along for the rest of my life and just be married to her. What? I care about her, yes, but I was heartbroken when we met. She came into my life when I needed stability and comfort, and I mistook that for love. I kept thinking it would grow. It never did. Now we're in our 30s. We talk about kids. She looks at me like I'm the best thing that's ever happened to her, and I feel like a fraud. Well, no shit, you are. 9 years you wasted of her time. You never was even in love with her. What the hell? You wasted your own time. What an idiot. I mean, I've been in a relationship before, don't get me wrong, where I fell out of love. And, you know, when I realized it, I strung it along for a little bit longer just to make sure. It took me about like 3 to 5 months of realizing like, okay, yeah, this isn't it anymore. And so then I ended things. But that was a 2-year relationship and I did not get married to her. Like, Yeah, it also takes time to be sure of a big decision like that. But this dude took 9 years to now realize this. Like, what? We're now in our 30s. We talk about kids. She looks at me like I'm the best thing that's ever happened to her, and I feel like a fraud. I don't want to hurt her. Brother, you already hurt her the moment that you kept this going. At this point, you might as well just end things, just because the longer this goes on, the more you're going to hurt her. I don't want to blow up both of our lives. A little too late, buddy. But every night I lie awake feeling like I stole the future of someone who could have had a real epic love. Yeah, you did. And I don't think I'll ever forgive myself for it. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't really love her, but somebody has to cook my meals and wash my clothes, and it sure as hell wasn't going to be me. Plus, you know, a man has needs. What was I supposed to do? Unfortunately, now, even if he divorces her and someone comes along who actually would love her, she will be too paranoid to believe it. Messed up people out there just created more messed up people, and the cycle continues. Yeah, this is pretty crazy statement. Someone said, gotta love these milk white toast. What does that mean? A timid and feeble person. Okay, how do I say it?
Milk toast.
Milk toast. Oh, gotta love these milk toast men who have been bouncing through life relying on the love and labor of a woman he hates. Because frankly, he lacks initiative. This passive, cranky little diatribe is the unhinged wail of the effing loser who can't conceive of doing, only getting. He's being pissy because he thinks that the wife distribution system didn't give him what he wanted, even though it appears he did nothing. Oh, yeah. Crazy. All right, let's read like 2 more before we close it up. Ignores daughter's wishes at her wedding. Oh, God, what? All right, AITA. AITA for trying to dance with my 52-year-old. Oh, wait, hold up. Sorry. Am I the a-hole for trying to dance with my daughter who's 28 at her wedding and you're 52? You just tried to dance with her? Hold up, let's read this for context. So my daughter, who we'll call Jane, who's 28, and I have always had a rocky relationship. I wasn't the greatest father, and I realize that now, but I've changed. I know everyone talks on religion-based treatments, but I know I'm saved now, and no one can tell me different. I was in the car accident where I lost a lot of my feelings in my leg. Oh, that sucks. After that, I swear I was reborn as a new man, and I promised I would do better. But after everybody else's reactions, I'm starting to feel like maybe I did do something wrong. Okay. My daughter, the self-awareness is crazy. My daughter's wedding was this past weekend, and she had her brother walk her down the aisle, which I was fine with because, I mean, I wasn't really there for her as a kid, so why would I give her away? I found out from my wife / her mom that she still planned on having a father-daughter dance at the reception, but have her father-in-law dance with her instead of me. I figured she didn't ask me because while I can walk, I can't walk far and I'm super unbalanced. So with the help of my wife, I worked on my strengthening my legs in secret so I can surprise her at the wedding and dance with her. Fast forward to the reception, and they announce it's time for the dance. I roll my wheelchair to the edge. Brother, no way. How would you not communicate this to the bride first if you're going to plan some shit like this? Fast forward to the reception, and I announce it's time for the dance, and I roll my wheelchair to the edge of the group circling her, stand up, and start walking towards her. Everyone in the room started talking and clapping around me as I made my way across the dance floor, and honestly, I was feeling really good about it until I made it about 6 feet away from her. She started shaking her head and frowning at me, but I kept walking away anyways. She started shouting no and telling me to sit down, but I just couldn't believe that she was saying this, so I shouted back that I was going to come to dance with her as her father. She acted all irritated and said she'd dance with me later, but right now it's my father-in-law's turn, or her father-in-law's turn. I couldn't accept this, so I got, dude, you are an a-hole, brother. What? I couldn't accept this, so I got closer and reached out for her hand, hoping she'd recognize I was doing this for her when father-in-law reached out and blocked me from her by putting his hand on my chest. Damn. This sounds like a freaking movie scene. So this is where I might have effed up. It gets worse? You're already like kind of effed up, bro. I told him to back the F up and F off. Oh, brother. Our argument got pretty heated before some people stepped in and separated us. She told me to leave, and I said, if that's what you really want. And she said yes, so I did. I'm really struggling with this because I got a lot of dirty looks, and even my son yelled at me. He said that it's really selfish of me to try to dance with her at all. I'm trying to do better and listen to my kids. So maybe can you tell me, am I the a-hole? Yes, you are. Edit. Okay. I'm the a-hole. I clearly have my work cut out for me. I think I'll apologize. I think I'll apologize to her? You should say I will apologize. What? This guy is like a narcissist or something, bro. He is not taking any accountability. I think I'll apologize to her, but I don't know what's the best way. I think she has me blocked now. I wonder why. And I know she's threatened to block her mom. Whoa. She's so upset that our relationship is a mess. I'm between calling my son and asking him to set up some kind of meeting or going by her place and hoping she'll hear me out. I don't want to risk my wife asking and getting more because of this. Gotta love it when there's such a D-bag that it's incomprehensible that his salvation and redemption doesn't even have an immediate amnesiac quality for his family. How rude. Yeah, for real, dude. What the hell? All right, one more good one. Let's see. I tell her she is wrong too much. What? R/marriage. Oh, my wife says I tell her she's wrong too much. Wait, what is this subreddit? This just sounds like something I would want to read. Guys, if you guys want me to read r/marriage, let me know in the comments because that actually sounds interesting. All right. My wife says I tell her she is wrong too much. Hi, I'm a 37-year-old man married to a 35-year-old woman. Been married for 5 years, 10 years together. My wife says I am too negative. Oh, I hate people like that. Specifically, that I tell her that she's wrong too much. She is also mad at me when she says things. When she says things, I'll Google it instead of trusting that she is right. Yeah, that can be annoying. I know that can be annoying because I used to do shit like this to my friends, and they had like a talk to me, and I stopped. It's an annoying thing to do. I mean, I was doing it when I was like 16 to 18, dude. It's like the trait of like, oh, you always want to be right and you don't trust anyone else is right. It's not a good thing to have, and I'm glad that I changed that. This last one I considered critical thinking. I think what changes this, by the way, for anyone who's having issues with this specific problem, as somebody who used to deal with this, is starting to realize that the world doesn't revolve around you. 1, 2, you are not the smartest person. You might be the smartest person in the room every now and then, but like in more times than not, you're not the best at everything. You 100%, you could be really, really knowledgeable and really great at 1 or 2 things, maybe a few things. And in some cases, if you're a super genius, many things. But at the end of the day, there's always going to be someone out there that might be better than you at something. And it could be any topic, you know. You're not going to be the best at everything. This last one I considered critical thinking, but it's not one of the biggest of the issues. We've been good and not getting into fights for a while, so today was a bit of a out of the blue. We were driving around because she wanted to play Pokemon Go. She's really into it, but I play too, and mostly just to help her beat raids. Event 1, we stopped at a fire station for a raid. She was in the hurry to get the raid done because she felt very uncomfortable being parked there, so she was angsty. I help her with a bit of the raid, and I'm looking at the fire station and just chatting with her that I'm not sure it's a fire station. It had a couple of odd features. She gets curt and says not to argue with her. I say I'm not arguing. Event 2, we finish the raid and get the Pokemon, and she's happy because it's a new Pokemon she hasn't had before. I say I already had this one because the new Pokemon screen didn't pop up. She starts getting mad and tells me to stop telling her that she's wrong because it is a new Pokemon for me. Since she didn't have it and she's played more than me, I must have not had it. And also because a few weeks ago, I had thrown away a crappy Pokemon I thought I already had because I didn't realize it was a unique variation of the only available for the event. Yeah, this guy sounds like the worst person to play Pokemon Go with. We go back and forth with this. Yes, it is a new Pokemon. No, it isn't for a while. At this point, I'm driving, so I can't check. While we're driving, the conversation escalates into a full-blown argument about how I'm too negative. I always say no and disagree with her about everything. You know, that's one of the things that causes a lot of breakups and disagreeability. Like if you're always disagreeing with your partner, like that's like it's almost indicative that there's like some pent up, you know, animosity towards them. And I know this as somebody who has had this in my first relationship, my first adult one. This was the thing that we dealt with. She brings up more examples from the past, instances where I said she was wrong and I ended up being wrong, or simply placed I said she was wrong and there was no way to actually prove it. You know, the kind of stuff I'm talking about where one says X happened and the other says Y happened, and there's no way to prove it except our own memories that seems to remember it differently. Her main issue is she doesn't want me to tell her that she's wrong. She says it makes her feel unvalued, unloved, and disrespected. Yeah, 100%. I get this. Meanwhile, I'm arguing that I never even said that today, and that I said, I don't think this is a fire station, and I already have that Pokemon. Also, when I did check Pokemon and showed her that I did, in fact, already have that Pokemon, it's never this serious, though. It's like the fact that you're willing to die on the hill. It's not so much of just the action, but it's that you're like really dying on this hill. It's not that serious ever, bro. I already have this Pokemon, a rare instance where I could have actually proved that I'm right. See, that's what the problem is. You're always wanting to prove that you're right. It just makes the argument worse. It shifted away from the issue today and more towards it's a pattern of behavior and how I talk to her. Now, not about what actually happened. This is something that irritates me because if she could prove I did something wrong, my very first no hesitation response would be, I'm sorry, you were right. But she didn't mention it again. But she just doesn't mention it again when I prove I was right. I tried saying that if she wants me to consure myself to that degree, then I'll be so reserved that I will never open up to her. She responded that if I felt so strongly that I can't treat her with respect, then we shouldn't be together. Just to clarify, she wasn't threatening divorce. I'm just trying to paraphrase a much longer conversation here. Eventually, what often happens, I get so frustrated and I said, I didn't do anything wrong. In fact, you were wrong for getting upset over nothing and causing this fight. You say that? Bro, that's dumb as fuck. So she kicked me out of the house. I'm in my car now. No shit. A break is probably good. I'm on my way to go buy her flowers and apologize. Oh, God. I know that I need to apologize and say that I was wrong, especially with my last statement. I'm promising to tell her, stop telling her she's wrong. However, and here's my issue. I'm not so sure I was wrong in the original scenario. Oh, my God, brother, it's not that serious. Though my later comments, yes. And I don't know how I could actually keep a promise that like that if I don't know what's wrong. I feel like I was just casually chatting. Any advice? How can I truly apologize for something I don't think is wrong? And how can I make her see that her getting upset about me about very minor things is hurting our relationship? Bro, it's also you. Stop pinning it. Dude, relationships is two people, dude. Or is it in fact not a minor thing? The instance is minor, but it's like the overarching issue at hand that is huge. Also, in reading this back, before I post, I realized that in posting this, I am actually doing the thing she despises, not trusting her that she is right about the situation and trying to get public feedback instead. A weird little meta thought. Yeah, like how do you, what? Nothing sexier than a guy who lectures you every effing day of your life. Anyways, when does finally leave her life, it will be so peaceful. Amen to that. God, that sucks. Anyways, it's 12:55. The boys are tired. I'm tired. I'm going to end it. But God, it's always been a fun, chaotic ride on this subreddit. I hope you guys enjoyed this Reddit read. I got plenty more to come. I'll cook something up for you guys tomorrow as well. Love you guys so much, and I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.